Now, moving on, Venezuela's government and opposition have reached new agreements set to be signed in Barbados. After nearly a year-long suspension, Venezuela's government and opposition say that they will restart talks seeking to end the country's political and economic crisis. Venezuela's president, on his weekly TV show, said that a new round of dialogue with opposition leaders has led them to the doorstep of beneficial agreements for the country.
I can say today that we are on the verge of initiating a new round of signing agreements with the opposition. We are on the doorstep of beneficial agreements for the country within the framework of the law and the constitution. I can say that these agreements will be very beneficial for peace. Peace must be taken care of. The dialogue will be very beneficial for the coming elections.
But what's on table for Venezuela's deal with opposition? Let me tell you. The South American country has now agreed to open up the electoral process, including allowing European Union observers. Further, the government agreed to create a process for lifting bans that have blocked his top opponents from running for presidential elections. In exchange, the US could offer Venezuela the much-needed relief on oil sanctions, which has prevented oil exports in America since 2019. Lifting sanctions against Venezuela's state banks could also allow retrieving at least $3 billion from overseas accounts. And since the agreement is still underway, the Venezuelan president criticized the details of the deal appearing on news outlets and blamed the US for leaking information through back channels to manipulate.
Quienes sacan estas falsas filtraciones.
Those who put out these false leaks and set up a whole international apparatus through national and international media, networks still lie, are stabbing in the back the negotiations, talks, agreements that have already been signed. We, with ethics, with honor, we have respected this entire process. They live by leaking information through back channels to manipulate, to lie.
Con ética, con honor, hemos respetado todo el proceso.
Ties between Caracas and Washington have been slowly warming since early 2022, when senior US officials flew to Venezuela for rare talks with their Venezuelan counterparts. The Biden administration's decision to re-engage with Nicolas Maduro after years of widely attributed to the desire to lure the country away from Moscow after Vladimir Putin's invasion of Ukraine and find alternatives for Russian oil imports.
Con Donald Trump nosotros tuvimos relación.